Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here at 3Tier, here to bring you the next episode of my weekly Q&A show, Tout People's Questions, where I answer all the awesome questions that all my awesome viewers have sent me over the past week. So, before I start with the questions, I'd just like to let you guys know that if you guys are watching this now at some time, I'm either in final preparations for packing, either uploading this using the airport's Wi-Fi, or I'm currently already in my motel, just getting ready for PlayStation Experience tomorrow. So just give you guys a heads up. So the first number of questions coming from Mr. Matt Cruz, and he wants to know, name my top 3 favorite YouTubers that I watch the most. Well, that's an easy one. It's Miss Kathleen MMS, Miss Rachel Moore, and Angry Joe. But you can see this if you actually look at my channel. If you actually look at YouTubers I suggest, it actually ranks from 1 to 5, the YouTubers that I watch the most. So that's just kind of an easy way to keep up with the channels that I'm keeping track of the most. Next question comes from Ladybug012, and you want to know, what do I think about Grand Theft Auto 6? Not sure what I can say. It's not been announced yet. I'm sure they will come up with Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not a big Grand Theft Auto fan myself, but I have had fun with the series over time. So whenever it releases and it eventually, comes out for either this generation of consoles, I'll be sure to give it a good playthrough. Next question comes from Glenn Gashard. You want to know, which Final Fantasy game do I think Square should remake after 7? Oh, that's an easy one. Without question, if I had to pick a second game I would like to be remastered or updated, it would be Final Fantasy 6. They would definitely have to make some significant changes in terms of some of the gameplay elements, but I think that it can be done. I think that the fact that Final Fantasy VI is, in my opinion, the best Super Nintendo video game ever made, even more so than Super Mario World or something like Super Mario Kart, I think it deserves an updated treatment. Without question, it's a fantastic game if you guys haven't played it yet. So yeah, that's what my second option would be after Final Fantasy VII. Next question comes from Santo Scarpino, and you want to know, if I could think of a game that hasn't aged well, what would it be? A game that hasn't aged well. If I had to pick, I know people are going to probably want to hate me for this, but I would say probably the first Resident Evil. I think it's outdated. I think it just has too many technical problems to really be relevant now. I know that they just recently remade it, but I'm saying that just the initial original game itself, I think, is completely outdated. It doesn't look good. The voice acting sucked. The controls suck. Those type of cheap scares don't work anymore. And I think anyone who would get scared by a game like that just has no spine or no backbone. I mean, it's an outdated game. I mean, say what you want about Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6, but I think they're more relevant now than that game would be. I'm not sure about Resident Evil 7 because from what I've seen of it, I don't think I'll be playing it, but that's just the game I think is outdated. Next question comes from JDS Gamer. Interesting. And you want to know, do I think Final Fantasy 15 will be worth the wait? Well, I'm currently playing it now. I think 10 years... Put it like this. I haven't beaten it yet. I have a good feeling where I think I'm going to be ranking this game in terms of my top 5 favorite Final Fantasy games. I'm pretty sure it's going to be number 4, right behind 10, 7, 6, but I would definitely put it over 8. I think that it's a proper successor to 12. The problem is I'm having some serious issues with a number of the gameplay elements, some elements with the story and how it's told. I'm probably going to do a much more extensive review when I finally finish the game, but in terms of do I think it's worth the 10-year wait, I think it's as worth it as one could have expected. It definitely puts the franchise back on track after the last 4 terrible, just abysmal games, which completely derailed the franchise. But if that's one good thing I can say this game does, is it definitely brings it back to form, and that's a good thing. Next question comes from Hydra Blood 881, and you want to know, which Jedi Master would be best to teach someone like Raiden or Dante from Devil May Cry? Raiden... Raiden before his physical enhancements, or robotic enhancements, I should say, really could be taught by anybody. You can really pick any master, because the whole point for someone like Raiden is because he's going in as a child. Literally any master can shape him however they want him to be. So Raiden could literally have any master. Dante, however, I don't think he would really be accepted into the Jedi Academy or the Jedi Council. I don't think he simply is too much of a cocky character, and he's more of someone that likes to do things his own way. Now you could say that about someone like Anakin, who was very arrogant, very brass, and he was just naturally skilled with the Force with a lightsaber. The problem is that Anakin at least had respect for the Jedi. Dante doesn't really have respect for anyone but himself. I mean, say what you want. He's a badass character, and he has good morals, and he has a good heart, but he's not really someone to follow strict rules. He's more of a, I want to do whatever I want, and that's just something that I don't think the Jedi would really approve of. I don't even think they would accept him. So, to be honest, I don't think any master could really teach him anything. I mean, Dante is pretty self-taught himself, so yeah, I can't really think of any master that would be a good fit for him. And the next question comes from Mr. Brandon Williams, and you want to know, who is the cosplayer hanging right next to the Metal Gear Solid poster? Oh, her. That is Rachel Moore. She's a really good friend of mine. I've known her for about 5 years. I got to hang out with her on 3 occasions. I got to meet her for the first time for about 2 days at E3 2013. I got to hang out with her at SkillCon here in Vegas, I believe 2014. And I was able to hang out with her and her boyfriend at Disneyland this May. I don't think I'll see her at PlayStation Experience today, or tomorrow I should say, but I think she'll be in the general area. If by some luck I happen to see her, I'll be sure to take some pictures and let you guys know. But that's just who she is. She's a really awesome YouTuber. She's actually the YouTuber that inspired me to get into YouTube, and in a kind of clever way, the channel is actually kind of named after her. The 3 initials 3TR are actually kind of symbolized by her in a sense. I mean, for those of you who've been watching, you know how the name 3TR came to be. But yeah, you can really thank her for really inspiring me to do 3TR. And with that, those are the questions that you guys had for me for this week. I'd like to thank all of you guys for making this episode possible. If you guys have any more questions that you would like me to answer in next week's episode, be sure to type it in the comments down below. Make sure that you get them into me before next Wednesday, before I start filming this. And remember, guys, if you guys are watching this on Saturday or Sunday, I will be at PlayStation Experience. Feel free to follow me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter, or you can just follow me on Instagram. I will be posting a ton of pictures, and I will be keeping you guys updated pretty much live for what I'm seeing or something that's been announced. So with that out of the way, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.